Okay, so in this video tutorial, this I'm going to tell you about the login and the registration is done. Now, the based on the login, just I want to go for the login first, and first of all, I want to go for the registration, and the registration is Jacob, and or you can say Sumit and Sharma. Now, the name is the Sumit Sharma. Email is sumit@example.com, and password is like admin@1234. Now registration is done. Registration successfully. You can now log in to the here. So you can just add sumit@example.com. Password is admin@1234. Now Sumit is logged in. Now suppose Sumit, I add item into the cart. So this is the product list and the product item. So I want to call the service list and service method where we will just add the cart. So here we have a features folder. So here we have a features folder. Under the features folder, you can see here we have the shop component, and here we have a product detail and the product item. So just go for the product item first, and you can see that here we have a cart service dot add item into the cart. That is the product. So the first quantity is added into the cart. So that is the one quantity, another quantity, another quantity, and another quantity. So here we have a 4 item in the cart. Okay, so the cart is updated, and you can see in the cart uh, you know service. So here we have a app core and the services directory, and here we have a cart service. So you can see that here we have a cart service and updated your cart with that. you know Cart is updated with the shopping cart have a list of items. So here we have the 4 items in the cart. So item count is updated with the help of the navigation cart items. Okay, when we click on the cart button, so just click on the cart button. So you just go for the cart component. And what is the cart component is, so just go inside your cart component first. That is the cart, and that is my cart component. And here we have a cart component, and inside the cart component, you must check the cart items. And cart items have the length is 4, that is greater than the 0. So each cart items is processed with the cart item child component. So here we have a cart item child component. Also here we have a order summary. So just go to the definition is here we have a order summary. Okay, so here we have a two child component, and each cart item is passed through the app cart item. So here we have the first card, and you can design it like the delete button and increment and decrement button and the cart cost. Okay, so that is the 500 price with the quantity, and increment by the multiply by the 500 in the order summary. Okay, that is not reflected in the in the cart in the price. Okay, and also we have a delete button. So in the cart item, app cart item have we have the app cart item component have the similar, you know that is the picture image URL. And here we have a button that is decrement quantity and increment quantity. So decrement quantity and increment quantity is there. Decrement quantity and increment quantity is there with the click event handling. So increment quantity, and that is the decrement quantity. So just when we click on the decrement quantity, increment quantity, so you can just call increment quantity and decrement quantity. So you just call cart service again and add item into the cart. When we add item into the cart, so this dot item is what? Item is a item dot required property, that is the signal property, and here we have a cart item. So this is also a item. Okay, this is the cart item. And decrement quantity, you can just remove item from the cart, and this that both method are there with the product ID. So you can just again open the cart service, and that is my cart service here. This is my core part, and enter the service, and here we have a cart service. Add item into the cart first is call add item into the cart. So here we have a cart item is the item cart. It's not a, so this dot cart is actually have the items into the cart, and this product is not a item product. So a cart dot items is what? So cart dot items is what? That is the previous item, that is already existing items, and here we have a item and the quantity is 1. Okay, so this is the latest item. And add or update item, so you can just call add or update item first. So here we have a add or update item into the cart. So you just find it, the index, the value, if the product id in the items, that is the index items. So find the item index if it is there. So product id is what? Item dot product id is similar. So just find the index first of all, and if the index is -1, it is not -1, it is found. So you can just call item index dot quantity is incremented by the quantity. So just return it the items, so that you can say this item is incremented by 2, by 1 automatically. Okay, so similarly, you can just call it the remove item. That is my remove item here, and that is the decremented quantity is there. Okay, so everything is fine. Now similarly, your order summary is updated with the subtotal that is here, and discount is 0 and delivery free is 0. Okay, so by default is delivery is free. Now you can just call subtotal first in the order summary. So you can just call it order summary here. So cart service and order delivery. So you can just open cart item component. It's a cart component. Just I want to open the cart is here. Cart is here, and that is order summary. Go to definition. In the order summary, you can just design the HTML part first. You can see that in the order summary where we have a subtotal, discount, delivery free. So you can see that here we have a subtotal and discount and delivery free. These are the DTs, and you know similarly with the cart service, you can just call it cart service dot total dot subtotal, and cart service dot total dot discount, and cart service dot total dot shipping. So what is the cart service is total, that is the total number of items, that is the cart. So here we have a total, that is the computed functions. So you can just call it order summary dot html. So here we have a cart service dot totals is a signal, and inside it you can just call it the subtotal. So totals, and here we have a subtotal. So subtotal, we all know that here we have a total is a computed function. So computed functions, we have a cart and delivery, and the cart is null. So we all know that a subtotal is a cart dot items dot reduce the subtotal, and also we have a the value that is written subtotal shipping discount, and discount is a discounted value, and total is subtotal plus shipping minus discounted value. So you can just call subtotal and the total. Okay, subtotal, shipping, discount, and the total. Okay, so you can just call it from the cart service dot total dot subtotal, cart service dot total dot discount. So you can see here we have a cart service subtotal dot shipping, and that is totals dot discount, total dot discount. So cart service have the cart service dot totals dot discount, cart service dot subtotal, you can just find it. And similarly, you have to call cart service dot total dot shipping and cart service dot total dot total, and location if you have the path is checkout. If it is not checkout, then you can just if it is not checkout, then you can see the checkout and the continue shipping options is there. So continue checkout and the shipping option is there. And also, uh, based on the quantity, when we increment and the decrement, the order summary will be affected, because that is the signal values when we add into the cart items. So updated the cart, and similarly, if you have the updated the cart value, so just change the cart items here. So subtotal is affected, and we all know that subtotal affected, and discounted value is affected, shipping is also affected. So these all are the values. Now these all are the values. Now after that, we can call it the checkout button. So the checkout button is based on your Sumit at the rate of example.com. Now the first one is the stripping, that is the angular material shipping stepper. So again, we just call to the checkout component. So here we have just close all the components first, and here we have the checkout component is. So that is my checkout component, and you can see that this is my checkout component. And here we have a mat steeper, and a mat steeper is to, we have multiple steps. So here we have four steps, one two three four steps. So the each steps mat steepers have the four steps. That first step is there. Now the second step is there, that is the first step. And you can see this is the second step, you can see that is the third step, and here we have the fourth step. So here we have the four steps mat steeper here. The first is address steeper. So you can see that here we have a mat steeper. Is the first information is the label is address, and completed is completion status dot address. If it is the completion address is completed, that the property is marked, that is the completed. So first of all, I want to talk about mat steeper first. Steeper, that is the step one component. So checkout dot component dot status first. So we all know that here we have the on initialize component, handle address change event, handle payment change, and handle delivery change. And also we have the get confirmation token, and on steeper change, and also the confirmation payment. And also we have a private method, that is create order model. And also where we have the private async get address from the steeper address. Also here we have a on save address checkbox change, and destroy the methods. So here we have these all are the methods, and that method is actually depends on the stripe. So first of all, we all need to add the stripe. So you need to add the stripe. So your package.json file is have the stripe, so that is my stripe method at the rate of stripe slash stripe dot hyphen js is installed by the npm package. After install the stripe, you can just add a stripe service inside your the services folder. So here we have a stripe.service.ts file. So here we have a stripe.service file, and the stripe is there. Now just call it uh, the methods. So first of all, we all know that the element in the stripe, and that element is stripe address element. So first is the stripe address element. First of all, I want to clear you the all things. So that this is the dummy address xyz address xyz Jaipur, and that is the pin code in the Rajasthan. Save as the default address, and just click on the next button. And this is the save as the default button. So you can see that the Sumit have the default address is there. Now that is the next button is the shipping address, and I want to choose the delivery. Delivery is 50 rupees, so the added the delivery, that is the 50 rupees. And also the next is the payment method, and here we have the card number, and the based on the Indian billing. So this is, you can see that India in the country, and you guys just get from the billing. And billing is also the false code is saved under the environment variable. And here you can see that environment dot development dot settings. So that is my false card information for 1000 and that information. And 00 sorry 04 and 29, and security code is any, you can just put it here. So just scroll to the next button, and here we have the artificial bangles, artificial rings, and that all. So you know that the shipping address is fetched from the Stripe shipping address. Similarly, the payment detail is accessed from the Stripe billing address and the payment information. And here we have the buttons is enabled. Now just scroll to the payment button, and here we have the payment. Now after that, the 3D secure to test page. Now I want to just go for the complete the payment. Okay, so now the complete the payment, I will go for the next. So I will go for the next and resolve this types of problem, and see you in the later.